Hey guys, how's it going? This is Downing, and coming at you a little bit later than I usually would do any type of recording or anything, but this is something that I've been working on for a while and that I really wanted to get out there to all the kit backers, and more importantly to those who are potentially thinking about getting themselves a kit after the fact. And as most of you know, back in August, this Kickstarter was fully funded. Everything went well. A lot of ups and downs, and getting it to actually from production into the hands of the actual backers. But that's done. Everyone seems to have gotten their kit so far as of last couple of weeks. And now we're moved on to step 2. Now, in order to get to that point, though, I had to really kind of like start to organize my inventory and figure out what I was going to need, because coming up here on February 14th, which, yes, I know is Valentine's Day, I am going to be making this store that you're looking at live. And basically what this store is just a location for people to finally have a place to go for replacement parts and to also actually order a full-blown kit. I've put a fair amount of time into this over the past few weeks, and this is a very, very bare bones kit. This isn't anything that, store. This isn't anything that I really wanted to really push too far, but I saw the necessity in actually playing around with this on the back end. There's a lot of advantages for me, but I'm not ready to really dive right in and make a full-blown store. So this is just going to be very limited to just replacement parts and whatnot. But more importantly, when it comes to purchasing an actual kit, there's a few things that you kind of need to know ahead of time. Now, I've got this set up where the only feasible way that I could actually keep on top of this and keep orders shipping in a reasonable time is if I break it down into batches. And so, whereas I'm going to be still doing this pretty much on my own, I need to segment it, and that's exactly what I've done here. So, coming up on February 14th, I'll be opening up this store as well as this particular item here, which is for the kit. And basically it's going to be a pre-order system where your order, or there's an order window between February 14th and March 14th. And once that window closes, whether the date is set or 20 kits, that's the key here. I'm only doing these 20 kits at a time. So there's gonna be an open window, and whichever one closes first, whether it be the amount of kits that are sold or the timeline expires, that's how this is gonna work, and then production will begin after that. Yeah, so I'm learning a lot of this as I go, so I might not have everything all worked out by the time this Saturday gets here, but I'm going to be trying my best to make sure that this is all at least as simple as possible. And we already did a couple of test orders, and everything seemed to work pretty smoothly, which I'm happy for, aside from just trying to figure out like the variants and things like that. So basically right now is, if you want a kit, purchase the kit and then just send me a comment in there of what decal you wanted or blah blah blah. But it's all going to be laid out, and I'm going to coincide this with a post on my blog, which is going to have a new store tab up here, which will bring you pretty much to right where we were just looking at. But it gives you some of the finer details and all that. So give that a read over when it's live. It should be within the next day or so. And yeah, this is the next step in quite a big process, and being able to go to an actual store now instead of just doing the PayPal thing or whatever, which worked for many years, but I wanted to have something a little bit more, I won't say professional, but easier to use for pretty much anybody who stops by. But everything's going to be done as if it was a direct replacement for the kit. So I'm not doing onesie twosie pieces or anything like that, with a few exceptions. And like the actual PMS and audio amp aren't going to be sold here. You can get those directly through 4-Layer Tech if you needed a new one. But everything that you needed to actually produce the kit on this end is going to be all taken care of. But you do have to buy the bag. that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm gonna have more details. I know this is very off the cuff, very not scripted, late. I'm tired. Been an extremely busy couple of weeks, but I wanted to get this ball rolling before the weekend, and I think you're gonna like it. So I'll touch base with you guys soon, and I will talk to you then.